Alright, so guys, again, this is your boy Nave, and in this video, I'm gonna discuss a few things about my thought process on basically why I built my new M4 the way I did. Okay, so as of today, I can officially say that my M4 build is officially complete. So, just a disclaimer, I didn't build this from ground up, alright? So as you know from my previous video, I bought this ENC the way it is already. So the BCM KMR Handguard, Handguard, I almost forgot that for a second. The Handguard, it's gonna be coming with a birdcage flash hider. So the BCM Gunfighter stock, I think this is the Mod 0. And the BCM, I think it is also the Gunfighter. But this one is going to be the grip, alright? So this is the Gunfighter stock, this is going to be the Gunfighter grip. Okay, so moving from back to front. So why I got this gun? So why did I buy this gun? First off, the stock. So before with my ENC 809, it had like a Magpul ACS stock, so it was too much of a hassle to put the battery in. So you had to open up the lock and then extend, and then get a set of pliers to pull out the pin. Or other way was to get like an Allen key that you use to open the back, but then wiring management, it was just too much of a hassle. You had to open up like the two flaps, the battery compartment. So I didn't like it. So I went ahead and talked with my group mates. So one agreed to trade with me. So I gave him my Magpul ACS stock. In return, he gave me his crane stock. So I believe it was like a VFC crane stock that he had from his VFC GBB. So it worked out fine. Okay, I liked it. So easy installment of the battery. Just pull up the tab here. Just pull it off, and it worked fine. Okay, I liked it better than the ACS. But the only problem is it had like a fat cheek weld right here. So as you know, with my JG G36C, it has a folding stock and it's really slim. So I like to have that slim feeling on my cheek whenever I'm holding my rifle. So it also contributes in a little bit of weight. So it's gonna be cutting down a little bit on weight. So I like that one, alright? So I like to be able to cheek my rifle comfortably, and I don't get that same comfort with a crane stock or anything that's like it. And this one has QD Sling points on both sides. I tried them earlier, the same shop that I got my Magpul MS3 and my EO Tech. I don't know the specific model on this one, because they gave me a box that says EOTech 553, but I know for a fact that this isn't the 553 because on the box it shows that the buttons were on the behind, right? And the mounting on that one is with a screw. So this one is already a quick detach, which I'm going to be showing you later on. So more of that later. Okay, so next up, let me just extend this one so that... Okay, there we go. Next up is the grip. So as I have said in my previous article on my Facebook, that for my next gun that I'm gonna be buying, I want to have that some type of somewhat vertical grip. Okay, because like I explained in that article, our hands, when you extend them out, they are holding naturally vertical. So unlike other guns, like just how guns usually ship out stock, they have like an angled foregrip. Angled grip. So this is also true with the Glocks. So your hand is kind of slanted, and at some point it's just kind of straining to my wrist. At least for me, I don't know how. I don't know about you guys, but for me, I really looked for this specific model. So there's another model of this gun, which is the 854, which has been rebranded into 890. So it had that Magpul MOE grip, same as with the ENC 809. So it had that grip angle. So yeah, I didn't want that anymore because if you don't know me personally, I usually tend to buy stuff and then sell them off whenever I don't like them anymore, or if I want to branch out to a different one. So, but I just right off the bat, even though we haven't yet moved to the latter part of the gun, I can say that this gun is gonna stay. All right, so this gun, I am not gonna sell it off. I'm gonna definitely keep it. So yeah, moving on. As you can see, it is not as angled as other guns. All right, so it has this extended beaver tail, like a high tang on here, because I have quite large hands, so I like that one. So as you can see, when you're gonna be gripping the gun, it's more of a vertical. If I chicken wing it like this, all right. So okay, as you can see, it's somewhat vertical, as opposed to the ENC 809 or your stock M4 grips. They tend to be kind of slanted like this. So when I'm shooting, I like to keep my elbows down like this. So this makes more sense to me, instead of having it like in an angle like this. Okay, so it's kind of straining, even though I'm supporting it at the front. So this one, I like it. Alright, so this one is working for me. Next up, the lower and upper receiver. This one is like the standard M4 style, where it has this like tubular shape here, unlike with your Volts or MUR's upper receiver, where it's like angular, like a blocky style, like a square, which is also the same with my ENC 809 before. So upper and lower receiver, I don't really mind it that much. So but tell you the truth, I kind of like this even better than that one, because that one, it didn't feel as sturdy as this one. So although they're both made of metal, I can confidently say that this one feels better, like it's really solid. And when it comes to upper and lower receiver fitment, this one does not have a play. Like, it is really like perfectly fitted. So with the 809, whenever you like move the upper and lower side by side, it kind of has a little play, but this one doesn't have that. So I'm really surprised by it. So the only thing that I would take from this though is this F8 right here, because what I'm going for is that Extraction or John Wick 2 loadout. But I guess it doesn't hurt. So that's just one thing to say that this one was used in a movie. So I guess that's cool. Okay, so moving forward with the rear side, I like these KAC style iron sights on these this ENC 398 instead of that ENC 105 or 112, but basically the HK 416 model of ENC, because for some reason it has like a bigger aperture standard, right? So you cannot twist this to make it smaller. So that's just that. So it's bigger, but I don't like it. It's still too small. I'm used to my G36 rear sight, where it really had like a big hole. And for some reason as well, these sights, they do not go witness with this EOTech replica. So I had two choices in the store earlier, either the Aimpoint Micro T2 or this one. So I like both. I'll tell you honestly, I was torn between the two, but like I said in my previous video, I'm going for that EOTech. So I did. One reason is that it kind of fits the build better. So it kind of makes the picture of the gun like more bulky and muscular, if you would, and a bigger like field of view on this one. So the micro T2, the field of view, like the lens is just like this big. This one, it has like a whole square on it, so you can still see it from here. So now that we are on the subject, I have already zeroed this, so I'm not gonna remove it anymore. But how you mount it is, it's QD. So how you remove it is just, it has this button that you push in, this one. There you go, and then keep it pushed in, and then open this latch up, and that's how you remove it. And then vice versa, when you put it on, it's just that the first time that you're going to be putting it in, once you lock this side, it has this like flat screw, you know, like a flathead screwdriver that you will need to like lock in, okay? So it has some clicks, so that's nice. So less chance of having loose threads, so it has clicks, alright? So you will know when that's gonna be good. And next up is the battery. So this one is more convenient than my EOTech. I believe I had the 552 before, where it used like small button cells that had like 2 compartments, but this is just one battery. So I'm sorry about the lighting. I don't think this is working. Let me try to open up some lights for you. Did that? Okay, there you go. Okay, so what you do is you just unscrew this cap right here, okay? So let me give you an angle on that one. I hope you can see it. Okay. There we go. And once you do that, this cap is going to be captured by a string. There you go. And then it came in with a CR123A battery free. So this one is not rechargeable, so I guess there's that. But hey, it's a good place to start. So it has a 3 volt 1300 milliamp. Okay, there you go. I'm not sure if it's focusing, but there you go. Okay. Oh god, I'm so anxious that my video is gonna be flipped when I end it. So it has an indicator that this is gonna be the positive side, alright? And then just put it back in and then just twist. And let me do that. This is kind of an awkward position for me. I'm literally kneeling on the floor right now. Okay. Alright, perfect. And we are in. Okay, so next up is the handguard. Okay, so key mod versus M-lock. Unfortunately, here in the Philippines, we do not have an M-lock, but either way, I'm fine with both, although I haven't yet experienced M-lock for myself for personal use. Yeah, I'm sorry I keep fixing my hair. I'm trying to look good for you. But going back, key mod, I guess this is a better choice for me overall because I already have this Strike Industries, like I believe it is called angled foregrip, although as you can see it is not angled, it is not horizontal as well. So this is more of like a hand stop that you clamp your hand over here. Okay, so I had this even before with my EC809, 809, but I didn't quite like it because it was like too awkward for me to use, because I would normally put it in the middle, but then the handguard extends like a good like feet still. So I know I'm exaggerating, but that's how it felt for me. So I didn't like that feel where I'm holding it in my natural position and then there's still like still a length in the front. So I'm kind of conscious on my maneuvering from, you know, going inside buildings. So I didn't also like putting this hand stop. Let's just call it hand stop, okay? Because That's, I think, what it is. It's a hand stop. So I didn't like putting it in the frontmost because I don't like C clamping. Okay, I have nothing against C clamping, but airsoft is a sport of self preference. All right, so it may work for you, but not for me. All right, so okay. So this is a natural position for me. I like my hand towards the end of the muzzle. All right, so not directly on the end of the muzzle, right? Because obviously that is unsafe, but right behind the muzzle. So that is also true with my G36C. So I hold my G36 right at the end of the handguard, where it almost meets the muzzle. Okay, that is just for overall maneuvering. So I tend to hold it by the magwell, either on this gun or the G36 here, G36C, sometimes here, but mostly just for easy maneuvering, okay? So, I guess there's that. Next up is, yeah, the muzzle device. So this is the last part. So, I know I said I like holding the gun towards the end where there's no more slack in the front, but this is just like a good 4 inches, alright? Unlike with the ENC 809 where it extended like over 8 inches, I think. So that handguard before was 15 inches, so this one I think it is just 9 inches? 7, 9? Let's just say 9, okay? So overall, this still very light, okay? Light build. So I don't really mind it as opposed to before. So sometimes I remove it, sometimes I put in the stock birdcage flash hider. Sometimes I put this one here, but I'm leaning toward keeping this suppressor on because this was gifted to me by my brother. So thank you very much, bro. You're the man. And then it just has this marking that says "Stay back 100 meters, or you will be shot," and then some kind of a pirate skull over there. So next part, I guess we skipped this one, the sling. The MS3 sling, alright? So I got the MS3 sling. Why? As you know, I have the MS2, but the only problem, one thing that I don't like about that is the front part, it turns. The one that locks in the front, it turns. And I don't like that because I like to keep my sling in this time around. I don't want to like remove it when I'm not using it and then put it on again. So this is gonna be the same position every time I'm gonna use it, so it's not gonna be spinning. Okay, so that's basically my thought process on the sling. Nothing much on it. And then of course the rail sling attachment. So I've already made a video on this one. Alright, there you go. So that is about it on my build on this one. So obviously I said thought process, but I don't think you can consider it a thought process because I basically just bought a gun and then added accessories on it. But hey, it's my build. This is my video, so just let me be, alright? Okay. I was supposed to say something else, but I guess I forgot. Yeah, I guess it's time to move on to the next subject, which is the magazine. So as I've mentioned before, one gripe that I had with this magazine was that it didn't feed well when I received it. And as you can see, I did not put the Taran Tactical like a magazine base plate. I like to keep it simple. It was too heavy. It felt awkward in my hand. Okay, so I'm gonna keep it this way. So one gripe is I didn't know exactly how many rounds this holds. So other shops, they say it's 95, others say it's 80. So I had to experiment myself. So personally, for me, the one that I fit here is 80 rounds. Okay, so 80. If you have strong hands and you don't mind breaking your speed loader, then try fitting 85. Or you can try the ones that other shops say 95. Okay, so going back, it didn't feed well, so I had to like tap it at the bottom every time I shot. So okay, shooting, and then dry fire, and then shaking until I realized that this isn't a high cap anymore. So this is a mid cap. So let me just wear this thing over. Okay, so I had to do this motion right here, and if it doesn't work, turn it over so that I don't lose some BBs, and then just tap it, or just shake it rather, then put it back in, and then it's gonna feed. So I had to do that multiple times, and it bumped me out. So what I did, since I got this gun from Manila, I didn't want to go through like shipping it back just for this magazine. I didn't think it's worth it just shipping the magazine and have it replaced. So what I did, I just looked up over YouTube on how to do that. Okay, so what I did was, as instructed by that YouTube video, silicone lube, spray the follower, and then hold this like lock to the rear, and then just get like a stick, in this case my unjamming rod from my G36C, and then just keep pushing it back and forth. Okay, and you don't need to like go through the whole part, at least for my case, because usually the jam takes place somewhere over here. Alright, so that's about it for this mag, and now it works perfectly. So whenever I load it, it feeds perfectly. Okay, so when it comes to the BB loader, from the same shop that I got my red dot and my MS3 Sling, I also got me this M4 size speed loader, which holds, I believe, 500 rounds. I didn't look inside the box, but I think the sales lady said it's 500. So I had this small, I think the brand is BLS. I also made a video on that one. It only holds like 90 rounds. Okay, so every time I had to load my magazines, I had to like empty it out and then pour it again, and then empty it out, pour it again. So it was just too much of a chore. I'm still leaning towards looking to get the Odin M12 Sidewinder, but that's still like too expensive for me at this moment. Alright, so that comes in at around 3,200 pesos from this one shop that I looked. This one I got only for 400. So one problem that I had with my BLS speed loader is that whenever it's getting to the top, it would like lock the BBs behind like the follower inside the loader itself. So tendency, it's not gonna load good. Alright, so it's gonna have some hiccups. So with this one so far, I'm not having problems with it. Did I say problems? I meant problems. Okay? Alright. Oh wow, we're almost 23 minutes now. So, okay. I guess the last part on this video is my Lonex magazines. So, I got 3, but let's just use 1 for this example, okay? As you can see, the Lonex is a tad bit taller than the stock, and it's more like vertical than this one, where the stock curves. So let me get my gun again, put the sling over so that it doesn't move around. Okay, so this is the stock magazine. As you can see, it kind of curves forward. Okay, and again, this stock magazine does not drop freely. Okay, but with the Lonex one, this one has more vertical look to it, and I like it. Alright, so this may sound biased, but I like every aspect of this gun now, and it drops freely. Alright, so one gripe about the Lonex. So they are advertised to hold 200 rounds, but I've seen this Filipino YouTuber where he tested the actual capacity on it, and it only had like 157 or something. He manually loaded it and released, and then counted manually. So yeah, it only came at around 150, give or take. So I also did that experiment for myself, but I didn't count them manually. So I just used like the notches on my BLS loader. So the maximum capacity of that is 90. All right. So what I did was I initially put 90, and then it fed fully, and then I put in another 90, and it dropped to 30, so it fed 60. So 90 plus 60, so obviously that is 150. So I guess that proves the theory. So I don't know about that, Lonex, but maybe we're loading it wrong, or I don't know, perhaps we need some explanation from Lonex. So apart from that one, I quite like the Lonex magazines. They are very sturdy. They feel better than the stock one, so they drop freely. In a clutch moment that you need to distinguish which one is which, the stock magazine has this like a notch on the bottom where you put your, I don't know, tags, names. The Lonex, it's like smooth, so no notches over there. Okay. So, I guess that's that about covers up this video. So, let me just give you a run around again on that one. This is a really nice piece, and like I said, this is the one that stayed. Okay, so I'm not gonna be selling this gun off. This one definitely stays, as well as my G36C and my Armorer Works VX9301, I believe. I forgot the model number. So I don't think I'm gonna be selling my guns anymore, so I'm just gonna keep collecting them. Alright, so for sentimental values, I pass them to the next generation. Okay, so yeah, I guess that's it for this video. Thank you guys for watching, and I appreciate you staying till this point of the video. We're 27 minutes in, so really do appreciate you guys, and I hope to see you guys on the next one. So I really wish that game fields start to open up. People are now vaccinated, so as I am fully vaccinated, so I guess we just have to stay hoping and just follow the protocols for the moment. But yeah, I guess that's it for now. So until then, thank you guys for watching. So have a nice day and stay safe out there, right?